Hi guys, Paul Minor here. Gives me great pleasure to sit back and relax and have a chat about 2012 football season for the Rowville Footy Club. The year was a significant year in the history of the Rowville Footy Club, being the fact that we'd come from Division 4 in 2002 and we'd finally had our chance to go up and compete in the highest level of 2012. So in the period of 8 years, we got that opportunity from 2003 winning the flag in Division 4, and 2004 the following year winning the flag in Division 3. We cut our teeth in second division for approximately 8 years, and now was the time. And we as a club were really primed and ready to go up and compete in Premier. I think looking at the playing group, and this was a win for the community. Of the 22 players that won the flag, has been part of the premiership side, only two of them, Stanley and Mark Hardy, were the only two that actually weren't from the Rowville area as such. So predominantly 80% of those boys either played for Rowville Junior Footy Club or St Simon's Junior Footy Club, about 3 or 4 of them from St Simon's. So for us as a footy club, we were so proud of that, and we were ready. We were ready to go up into the Premier League, especially when you consider we had Luke Scanlon as an 18-year-old, Michael Bussey as a 19-year-old. We had Frawley, Garner, Davey, Crozier, Giorgio, Makara, Kinder, Schoenmaker, all 20 or 21, turning 21 that year. I'm not sure how many of them turned at 21, but and apart from Mark Hardy at the age of 40, it was unbelievable by Mark Hardy. He was basically my on-ground coach. The next oldest was 28 years old. So for us as a club, we couldn't be any more proud of that. It's really something that we should look back and it was a significant moment in the club's history. We went into the grand final, having been beaten by Montrose in the second semi. However, we just smashed Moorbark in the preliminary final by 90 points plus. So it was an unbelievable performance in the preliminary final. We unfortunately had to make some changes coming into this game, and it caused a few little obviously dramas for us as a coaching group. Jesse Owen, unfortunately, another 20-year-old who was unfortunately dropped from the grand final side, and Adam Ziegering, who both performed very, very well at preliminary final. In the preliminary final, it was very, very difficult for us as a coaching group to have to drop them back. They missed out. In came Mitch Garner, who proved his fitness and was a vital player for us throughout the whole year. Also, Matt Stanley, who'd come in, had missed six games, I think, 6 or 7 games, and he was a significant risk, but he was probably one of the best players at the club and worth taking a risk on. So, unfortunately for those two boys, and unfortunately we lost Jesse Owen from the club after that game, which was sad, but unfortunately he missed out, and Adam Ziegering, he hung around, but only hung around for a year or two. But apologies to those guys, but at the end of the day, sometimes you've got to make some tough calls. The day was abysmal. I couldn't say any worse. It was the worst day I can remember of footy. Sideways wind, gale force it was at times. The rain was coming in intermittently in sideways. It was just a really ordinary day of footy, and it just didn't. It was never going to be. It was never going to make a pretty game. The things that I noticed when I watched the game the other night, I actually watched the game for the first time for a long time, is that significant impact of a couple of players. Early in the game, Matt Davey, his leg speed was really, really good for us being involved in the first half, and Cody Morris, just how dangerous he was up forward. Kicked 2 goals in the first half of our 3 goals, so actually only 2 goals. Sorry, so. He was significant, and I think moving forward, he was going to be a major difference in the game, in the result. So sit back, watch and enjoy the first half.
momentum's a funny thing, isn't it, Brad? I mean, 2 weeks ago, Montrose looked by far the better side, but last week, Rowville was dominant. And they looked, I thought, like a Division 1 football side, the way they moved the ball and the way they made use of the wide areas out here at Jubilee Park. So.
Well, the siren sounds to get us underway in the Choose Tap Division 2 Grand Final as Big Andrew Haining goes up in the ruck for Montrose. It's Rowville who get the first effective clearance of the game. Long kick was into the path of Scanlon. He dives for the mark.
Rowville have already got that one back in the goal square to put 2 blokes down on Schilling.
Dangerous spot here for the D's if they can get clean possession, I should say. They could be away, but Rowville might win this one out. And a little hand pass came out over the top and Rowville away. Scanlon leads in this race, couldn't quite take the mark. Montrose have numbers at the fall of the ball. Great attack though from the Hawks. They pounce on the footy. And looks like we'll see a ball up. True centre wing position. Who's going to win the foot race? It might be Rowville here. If they can gather their away. Here's an opportunity for the Hawks. Long kick inside 50. Scanlon's at the back. He might wait for the crumbs. He gets the crumb. Can he get a quick snap on goal? He can't. Montrose rush it through for the first minus score of the game. 40-year-old Mark Hardy makes his way onto the ground. He replaced a man half his age in Matt Davey. Pretty phenomenal effort by Mark Hardy to run out for the Rowville Football Club today. And they might be able to get a clearance here with Rowville as Jackson got a sweeping hand pass over the top and a high kick towards Morris. Used his body well, couldn't quite take the mark. Full back. It's Gavin Willoughby who's got it, and he's got the match up on Schilling. He goes out wide, kick towards true centre wing position. Nice use of the body that time from Crozier. Can he pick the ball up? Was met solidly by his Montrose opponent on that way across Jubilee Park as the wind starts to head towards the left of screen, but it doesn't worry Montrose. It's a high kick forward by Watson towards True centre half forward. Rowville will look to rebound off half back now. They kick to space. It'll just stop in the Jubilee Park service and they might win on. Beautiful Kudafiti's like pick up that time from the Hawks in that situation by Davey. He might be called for holding the ball. Umpire said no. He rewarded in Stacey, but he was caught and Rowville will look to rebound from their right back pocket. It's Montrose 3-1-19. Rowville one behind, almost 20.5 minutes gone.
It is as McEwen sends it up towards half forward. Frawley was the target, had Davey at the back. Davey swoops on the footy now, shares it with Frawley. Little kick over the top into open space. Who'll get that, lead the race to the footy.
And the Hawks are desperate for this one. With that rain coming down, every goal against is going to come even more precious.
So Cody Morris walks in. Fires at the goals, looks good off the boot, and Cody Morris kicks the Hawks first.
Pull back in the middle, Haining was the man, again went up against Mitch Garner, but Rowville might be able to rebound this one, but the ball's going to be very slippery now, so it'll be hard to possess. The heavily skilled players will be able to win the ball now as it comes out. I'm not able to quite take it. Davey picked it up for Rowville, went up towards half ball, beautiful pick up in the wet. As the wind and rain has tumbled down, Morris picks it up. He's already got one. Beautiful sweeping hand pass over the top to Hicks. Can he pick it up? Scanlon's there. You see umbrellas on that outer side are struggling to stay in one piece at the moment. Can Rowville convert here and make it 2 goals in a row? Scanlon, a high kick towards goal from Luke. Scanlon hits the post.
Oh. The wind almost did that one itself, didn't it? It was
high up and under kick. Langdon over the footy. The umpire right on the scene will ball it up. No, he won't in fact, because the siren beats him, and that completes. The umpire certainly was blindsided, but in any event probably paid the right decision or non-decision on that occasion. Sam Goodman coughs up the footy. Davey over the top to Scanlon, back to Davey. He does have that burst of pace and he uses it now. Matty Davey. Neat left foot pass, it was effective. Steady time, quickly plays on. Brett Johnson was the target. Ball paddled out to Davey. Davey is beset upon by 3 Demons. Now he goes short to Powell. So they switch to the outer side. Hardy for the Hawks, runs his full measure, nice pass. Is short pass to Crow.
You have Jai Goodman Intercepted once again, and they're away. Ryle's kick is good. A free man on the open side here. Here's an opportunity for the Hawks. Running into the open goal and kicking it is Morris. Cody Morris kicks his second. And a much-needed goal for the Hawks. They go into 2-3-15, trailing Rowville 3-2-20, back to a 5-point ball game.
Goodman. Frawley. Got it back to Allen. Neat pass there by Allen, hugging the boundary. Found Hicks. Over the top to Hardy. Mark Hardy. Certainly knows what it's like to play in grand finals.
Does he ever?
And premierships. Mark Hardy's long kick to a big pack.
And with his side down by 5 points, 16 and a half minutes gone here in the second term.
Yeah, I reckon that kick pretty much sums up Montrose's quarter so far. They've been banging their head against a brick wall, trying to get it in there, but not getting anything from their forwards, unfortunately.
Yep. Hardy got it to Jackson. Very low kick, and it was well marked. Diving to the ground there, Bussey. Handball over the top to Hardy. Mark Hardy shares it with Jackson. Neat pass by Jackson to Hicks, who has done.
High five in Division 2 Senior Choose-Tap Grand Final. Hope you're enjoying the call. Ben Waterworth, Brad Henderson, and Connor Ryan with you. As the D's try to work it out, they might be able to do a good job of it here, but the Hawks will run it out of half back. Handball come over the top towards Scanlon, over his head. Thumping on the ball there was Langdon. He was immediately tackled, and we'll see a ball up in the middle of Jubilee Park. Montrose 3.
Very, very well drilled, the Hawks. I think they've done a very good job of bottling it up this quarter. You can see by the scoreboard that Montrose haven't been able to make any impact with the win.
There's a pretty obvious free kick which went to Damien Garner. The Hawks play the advantage. Hardy gave it, don't argue. Neat handball to Walsh, who had it spent before acceptances. Allen over the footy, and he's all bottled up as well. As the song...
We come into half time, the game was in tenhawks basically. Like I said earlier, it wasn't going to be a quality game of footy, and it wasn't a great game of footy, but 3 goals to 2 goals was probably where it was at, and the spectacle was pretty ordinary. That said, we worked hard, we were very defensive, kept ourselves in the game. I thought Montrose were all over us in the first half, especially the first quarter and a half. I think towards the end of the second quarter we started to gain some momentum, and really started to have an impact. And I felt pretty good going into three-quarter time, just only being a goal down, and really good opportunity for us to set the pace in the third and change our game plan a bit, be a lot more attacking. So that was the instructions at half time, to be a lot more daring, I suppose, and have a crack a little bit more. And that is what we did in the third quarter. And I thought Frawley, Makara, McEwen, which were our inside mids, were having a massive impact. In the end, our ruckman started getting on top of Haining, who was a very difficult player to play on. Shuey and Mitch really started to have an influence as well through the mids, and a little bit of pace around there with Jacko coming through the mids as well, and Dimmer on the wing and Matty Davies. So we started giving our forwards a lot of opportunity. Jobs, Powell and Cook was doing a great job. We kept that one, and Willoughby on Schilling, we kept that one there as well. So both those boys were doing fantastic jobs for the club.
And it was a really low-scoring first half, no doubt about that. The game didn't reach any great heights, but we are expecting it to lift to another level in this, what is traditionally called, of course, the premiership quarter, as Rowville get away first. Frawley's little handball was effective. Inside forward 50, Morris backpedals with the handball, got it to McEwen.
So Matty Stanley, been a great goal-kicking midfielder all year. Can he get the Hawks off to a great start? The kick is well off to the left, and it just sneaks in for a minor score. Some to the near side, that's what we want. That's what Connor Ryan wants, and they'll look to bring it out now. Hardy goes short. Jay Kidner kicks over the top to Powell, and Powell takes the mark at left half back. This is a bit better They've got a couple of options. A one-on-one contest ball kick in the end that's been intercepted. And through Hardy, Rowville will look to rebound off their half-back line.
They will indeed. There's a bit of byplay going on between Garthwaite and Jackson behind the
getting to know each other a little better there.
Yeah, both of them almost probably giving free kicks away, but the umpire called it a nil or draw and decided not to pay one. Scanlon takes possession, puts it to the hot spot. Morris in the box seat almost took the mark. He was certainly in prime position to do so. Scanlon kicks a great goal. That's a great Crummers goal.
Next goal is vitally important. Beninga kicks up towards half-back. Damien Garner was there. He's been everywhere today, Damien Garner. Couldn't quite get clean possession this time as Edwards got a hand pass back. Look at the silky silver fox in Mark Hardy do some of his sharpest. Got a handball out, but Damien Garner fumbled it. Ball comes back out now, and a high kick up towards half from the Hawks. In position A was Davey. Brought the ball to ground, but the D's have the numbers. Can they get... Instead, he goes inboard to Max McCarra. Can unload from 55 metres out. Morris is one-on-one, and Morris takes it! That's what the Hawks wanted, and Cody Morris from almost directly in front, 30 metres out, can kick his third to the Rowville senior lineup. And why wouldn't he walk in? Because he's a big-time player, and he's a big-time goal kicker, and he needs this one, and he gets it. 3 goals to Cody Morris. Down by 4 points. Nearly 14, well, just nearly 15 minutes gone in this third term. Going up uncontested was Jai Goodman. Got it down to Sam Ricker, but picked up by Frawley. Got a hand pass off to McEwen. Kick inside 50 for Morris. Just fell short of him, but Scanlon's going to kick on the afterburgers. The little man with a big hut. Snap around the body from Luke Scanlon is well off.
Came off hands. Goodman. Sam Goodman's low spearing kick. Bussy did really well. Thumping kick by Bussy, but it's all Montrose as Langdon once more takes the mark safely. Kicks to the broadcast side wing. Ricard was in position A, had plenty of support. Not sure how he got rid of that in the end. Umpire said it was okay. High up and under kick by Watson. 3-on-1 favours Rowville. Kinder, the loose man, gets back again to help out. And, gee, they do that well, the Hawks. They get...
Well, the ball's back in the middle here for Montrose. Scott was slung in attack. All good pressure here from the Hawks, and they'll receive the ball through Matty Davey. Kicks on the afterburners. Goes inside 50. Gardol read that ball nicely, but the ball comes to ground now. Almost running an open goal was Hicks. He was tackled, and Montrose will be happy to see this one over the behind line, but they have some time. Kick was smothered beautifully by the Hawks. Comes inboard now. Hicks round the body. Goal! Nathan Hicks, an opportunist goal, and he puts through the quick response. That's his first, and Rowville kicked their 5th. 5
up now, and he was there for a fair while. Quick kick comes forward, Hicks and Stanley, and it's Stanley who takes the mark. Matty Stanley, he's only kicked 2 behinds today, hasn't kicked a goal, he's had a couple of chances. That's a better kick. He's happy. And the supporters are happy as well. Matty Stanley kicks the goal.
It's Rowville by 10 points, just over 23.5 minutes gone in the third term. Nice little bit of fancy footwork that time from Sam Goodman. Kicks up towards the half-forward area. Well done that time by Ryle. He's played well today. Kick for Frawley, almost a collision, but Frawley did well. Called for the footy, kicked inside 50. Morris in position A, thumped away from him at the back of the pack. Couldn't quite get to Stanley. They'll be happy to see this one over the boundary line and out of bounds. Walsh and Haining. Haining again got the tap down. Swooped on, and a kick towards goal is very nice from Jackson. And it's gone through for a goal. And Rowville kick ahead to lead this one by 16 points.
So I watched it follow through, yeah. So it's his first of the day. Kick to centre half forward. Hawks through Davey now. Davies kick to the top of the square. Morris in the box seat. Plenty of Demon defenders, but Rowville win it back. Crozier threw it out to Hicks, and Hicks has slotted it, but the umpires paid that throw. It's like a player out of the pack. High kick by Makara to full forward. Good recovery. Quick kick around the corner. Morris. She was under it for a long time. Of Rowville 7. thus far has a chance to kick half of their goals with this kick. Got quite close to the man on the mark, and there's no doubt that affected the kick, so he's missed an absolute golden opportunity.
Not having the extra man down there as well, the Demons haven't sent the spare down there every time, so it's given Morris a lot more space to work, and he's delivered.
So secondary ball up in the middle of Jubilee Park. D's lead this one, Hawks lead this one by 17 points. Jackson couldn't quite extract it properly. Walsh put his head over the footy. Tried to paddle it forward about 5 metres, and he was successful in doing so, but that was all.
We come to the final quarter, and like I said, in the third, it was the winning premiership quarter. Really, we absolutely took the momentum of the game away from them, and I felt for a quarter time we were in a really good position. If Cuddy hadn't missed a goal from 2 metres out, directly in front, just towards the end of the third quarter, we would have been 20 odd points up, and the game was over. But still gave them a little glimpse of hope with the fact that Cuddy missed that goal. But anyway, at the end of the day, the final quarter was always going to be a tough one. I gave them a stirring, one of my classic stirring three-quarter time speeches. I'm not sure that had any effect on their performance at all, but it was quite funny looking back. Sit back and watch the final quarter. It was pretty good to watch, and I'll never ever forget this game in my life.
Okay, control what you can control. Okay? Control everything.
So.
That's gone now. It's finished. We can't buy nothing back now. We know that. Time. Time is the essence, boys. We're in that time. We're in that time now. Your effort. You can control your effort. Control the footy. Okay? Don't panic. Boys. We're in a good position. But that's gone. Finished. Absolutely finished. We've got 25 minutes. 25 minutes. We're fighting for our lives here. Come on. Your head's under the water and you're fighting for that last game. I tell you right now, nothing's going to fucking stop us. Come on.
Third quarter, Rowville had to 7. Was the stat, so that's a massive advantage, and they did certainly made the most of their opportunities kicking fight. 17-point lead to Rowville.
So it'll be Bussey to bring the ball back in for the Hawks. He's been pretty solid today, down back, and he goes short to Kidner. In fact, it's Jackson, left back pocket. Kick was smothered off the boot, might prove costly. Jackson followed up with a long kick off the ground outside his defensive 50, but Montrose have the numbers. Walsh picks it up for Rowville though and goes out towards true centre wing. If the ball sits for Hicks, he's in business. It does. He bounces now and he goes up towards half forward, and the Morris is on the lead and he takes the mark 45 metres out. Tuppage, Haining and Walsh went up. Gardole's drifted down forward. Davey towards goal. Morris is there, thumped away from him. Scanlon as well, and players content to see it through over for a rush behind.
Henry throw-in. Huge numbers around the footy. Quick kick came out of the pack, and the mark safely taken there by Powell. That would be the goal right now, is to force it through, and that's exactly
a free kick. Deliberate.
Yep.
Straight out of the contest, can't do it.
He can't do it on the full as well. Yep.
So a bit of a brain fade. I think that might have been Damien Garner there.
Yep, definitely was.
Earlier in the year, I believe.
Doncaster East, yep.
So Dean Stephen has slot.
And not quite done with just yet of the Montrose Football Club. Ball back in the middle, socket off the ground by the Hawks. Not called in danger by the umpire. The crowd wanted it. Walsh attacked the footy well. Picks it up now, feeds out a hand pass to Frawley. Great bump though by Dean Stephen as Frawley was about to do it. But
Great
even better by Frawley to come back up, kick towards Morris. Didn't get an accommodating bounce, but he'll get the free kick.
Yeah, he just got
3 goals today, Cody Morris. You really should have had 4, but this will make it hard for the D's. Morris comes in and makes no mistake. And look at the Randy Orton style celebration for all those WWE fans out there.
Final. Rowville are 8 goals, 8. Montrose, 8 goals. Montrose 6 goals, 3. And the free kick has gone the way of the Demons. Looks like Weatherly. Jaden Weatherly for Montrose. Kicks to the wing position. There's a player down for Rowville. And there's a bit going on. Not sure how that incident happened.
Powell's down.
5-metre penalty as well. Hoists it very high. Big pack, fly for it. Crozier was stripped of the footy. That was good work there by Weatherly. Big high up and under kick. And what a wonderful mark there by Frawley.
You pointed him early, Brad.
Short pass is on from Frawley. Chases it down now. Got it to Hardy. Back to Frawley. And a nice Alex Frawley for the Hawks. Just leans back on the kick. Morris flew for it.
Here he is.
Scanlon bends the kick back. Bounces and touched through finally by the Montrose.
D's simply need the next one. No excuses at all. They might have a foray inside 50. It's a beautiful kick as well. Mark to Stephen. High kick towards the top of the goal square over Schilling's head. He might get the crumb though. Billy Schilling, snap around the body, goal!
Well, we said they needed the goal, and there it is. All of a sudden, back within 2.
Taking the mark at the fall of the ball for the Hawks.
Tell you what,
Slip scratch Nathan Hicks.
they've struggled
Once again with Nathan Hicks, who's already kicked 1 goal today. And this is off to the right-hand side.
The Hawks will steady Garner, thumping kick. Gee, that's effective at this stage of the game. Weatherly will get to it first, though. Good one-on-one contest, and I saw it in a way. And Damien Garner takes the resulting free kick. Kicks to half-back. So Matt Davey just kicks down the line, the safe kick at this stage of the game.
Hawks look like at the moment they're going up to Division 1, barring a miraculous Montrose comeback that would see us go into extra time. And
would take a miracle from here, Benny. I reckon there's not too much time left on the clock.
Showmakers a little unrealistic in his attempt there. Almost gave away a free kick. Stephen put his head over the football, but another stoppage. Close to a world record amount of stoppages in the Eastern Football League today. And might take the mark. He had 2 hands to it. And now's a long kick towards Morris on a searching lead. He's got no one in front of him. He'll just have to ice the Clark. Hardy has got the ball.
Just have to be sensible now and the game's over.
Siren. Be fitting if the siren went now, wouldn't it?
Certainly would. And there it is! And the celebration from Mark Hardy. Rowville will move up to Division 1 in season 2013 with a win today. Rowville 8-10-58, defeating Montrose 7-4-46. Congratulations to Paul Minot and the Rowville Football Club.
Well, that was a wrap. We came away premiers, obviously, 2012 premiers, to head up into Division 1, or what's called Premier League now. The club have been waiting for a long, long time for that to happen, and it was a fantastic, burden off the shoulders of everyone in the club. We were striving to get up there, and to do it with a really young group held us in good stead for the next. We're in 2020 now, and we've been a really competitive side since we came up into Division 1 in 2013. So those 20-year-olds that played in this premiership side, they basically carried it through. I think 9 of those boys out of that grand final side represented the club in 2019. So that's full credit to that group for hanging in together and basically carrying this club through the last 6 or 7 years. Really full credit to those guys that are stuck around the club. So well done to those, and job's not finished yet, but I'm really proud of the fact that the club was able to sustain those guys around the footy club. On a personal note, couldn't be any better. I'm really proud of the fact that I got an opportunity to coach this club into Division 3, into Division 2, and then finally got a chance to come back and coach the club in Division 1 and or as it's called now as Premier, and yeah, I'm totally wrapped with that. To have my best mates around me as well, both Noel Stoddart and Paul Barlow. Paul's one of my best mates, and Noel, just been around with me through work and that both of those guys played in the premiership sides and with me in 2003 and 4, and to have them by my side in 2012 on the bench was unbelievable, and I'll never forget those days. To have Mark Hamilton, who's a great mate of mine, on the board, and Sean Beer as runner, fantastic to have those guys around. And Dave Howard was the president of the club at the time, and it couldn't have been in better hands. So, kudos to the footy club. That's why the club's where it is today. A relatively strong club in Division 1 and Premier League as we talk about it now. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the Rowville Football Club Premiers for season 2012 in Division 2. The winner of today's blue ribbon medal for the best on ground is number 26, Alex Frawley. Number 2, Robbie McEwen. Yeah, it's got the coach left. And the coach, Paul Minot. Sorry, guys. I now ask Paul to say a few words.
Okay. To the Montrose Footy Club, I know it's pretty tough for them to deal with right now. But to Brett Johnson and the Montrose Footy Club, the game was played in great spirit with the two, obviously the two better sides throughout the year. And unfortunately, there's got to be a loser and there's got to be a winner. And we were the winners today. To the Ringwood Footy Club and the Eastern Footy League, fantastic job running the finals, and we love this ground. Mertz put us back here next year, mate. We love this joint. So next year's First Division finals are going to be here because we're going to be in it, boys. No, seriously, boys, just calm it down a bit tonight, and to the boys, it's not about the 22 that played today. You represented the community, you represented the footy club, and I'm really proud of every single one of you. You battled through the hard stuff today, and I knew you would. So congratulations, and let's enjoy the night, for God's sakes.
Thanks, Paul. Congratulations to Rowville 2012 Division 2 Premiers.